Okay, so parallelogram, pretty easy with the parallelogram. You got base times height. You're going to get a lot of parallelograms with angles in the corner. So what we're going to do is just draw the height in there, and we just have to see special right triangles. So this would be a little leg because it's across from the 30, and so the height of this thing is 5. This is never the height. That's not a straight up and down. Heights have right angles. So all we do is we can move this 16 down, and you have 16 times 5 base times height. Okay, on this next one to the right, you got a right triangle, but the height is now a big leg because it's across from the 60. So 18 divided by 2 to get the little leg, which would be down here, is 9. And so we would take 9 times radical 3 for the height. All right, I want you to be careful here. This is still 28. You don't add the 9 to it. It's still 28. A lot of people make that mistake. So it is 28 times 9 radical 3. So you'll multiply 28 times 9 and leave the radical 3 on the end. All right, so those are the same exact questions. All right, so moving on to the rhombus. Rhombus is diagonal times diagonal divided by 2. It has all equal sides. And when you draw your diagonals, you got 4 congruent right triangles. In a rhombus, they love to use Pythagorean triples. They might, let me redo that. I don't know how to do that. Let me redo that. All right, so they might do a 5 here and a 4 here. And so you would need to know that this is a 3, and this is a 3, and this is a 4. But the diagonals here are not 3 and 4. The diagonals go all the way across. So that would be 8 and 6 divided by 2. So they love Pythagorean triples. All right, so let's look at draw a rhombus with a perimeter of, this is supposed to be, I don't know why this is all jacked up. That's supposed to be 40, that's supposed to be 32. Rhombus with a perimeter of 40 and one diagonal is 32. What's the length of the other diagonal? What's the length of the area? Or what's the area of the rhombus? Okay, so here we go. So this is what we're going to do first. Okay. My computer is officially jacked up. Okay, so there's 1. So if it has a perimeter of 40, well, that's not going to work. I guess it's going to have a perimeter of 80 because 20 times 4 is 80. So I guess we got a typo in there. All right, so one diagonal is 32. Look what happens when you draw the other diagonal. It cuts it in half. Okay, so here's our next step. Is to look at one of those triangles and do Pythagorean theorem. So we got a 12 here, and we have to double that. We have a 12 here. So that's what this will look like. All right, so the length of the horizontal diagonal is 24. And remember that one they first give us is still 32. So you'll multiply 32 times 24. And don't forget the rhombus is to divide by 2. And there is the rhombus and the parallelogram. Remember, you can always rewind this. You can pause it. Go at your own pace.